when you get to that 30,000 foot level, you finally found some hats that are for people to wear these hats in your business. It allows you to be 2 steps removed from a job, not just 1 step.
Right.
Example, I've got a project manager now who's on the job. I'm 1 step removed. My project manager quits. My project manager's sick. My project manager has a problem. Who are they calling? They're calling me. I get a, VP of operations or a chief operating officer in place. Now I'm 2 steps removed. The project manager's gone. That's the COO's responsibility. That's the VP's responsibility.
Right.
We need to hire somebody for that, to be a new project manager. I'm not thinking about that, right? That's somebody else that's wearing that hat that's now responsible for it. And it allows me to operate at just a higher level where I'm truly not thinking about what jobs are happening today because that's someone else's responsibility. I think that really allows you to elevate yourself above the clouds and kind of see further into the future to have more capacity to work on the business. And this is where you take even a deeper look at the data inside your company and where that data becomes much more valuable. The numbers inside of your financials, your KPIs for marketing and for sales, and where you're headed in forecasting. You have the capacity now to start thinking about those things, and they're necessary because you're not thinking just about the day-to-day, week-to-week, even just this year. You're thinking about where are we going to be in the next 3 years? What's our next area of expansion possibly? What's the next area that we're going to start targeting? So I think that's a big thing. 2 steps removed from the job or from the day-to-day work.
Right. Yeah, I like that description. You don't want those day-to-day phone calls.
No, not at all. I think another attribute at this level is because you've delegated so much and you're not wearing those hats, I'm sure that you probably get fairly lost if you're used to being at the ground level, 10,000 level and 20,000 level, because the tyranny of the urgent really dictated what your to-dos were, right? Oh, what's happening on the day-to-day job? What's happening in our work? And without your email inbox or your cell phone calls being what dictates your schedule each day or each week, you kind of get lost in, hey, what should I focus on? And so being able to prioritize and really find, the capacity to focus is a big aspect of being at that 30,000 foot level and being that operator. And you've got to be very strategic about what are the 1 or 2 things I'm going to truly invest my energy into. Yes, I'm still the CEO. I have people reporting to me. I'm coaching them through things. I'm making sure that we're all headed in the right direction, that all of our ships are moving forward and have the right compass. But I still have time that I've got to focus on 1 or 2 priorities for myself. And what are those things? Anyways, that's kind of what I think about the 30,000 foot level. Is there anything we've missed there?
No. One thing I think about is if we have any pilots listening to airplane pilots, is pilots learn to do a scan. You're constantly scanning your instruments, RPM, fuel, oil pressure, attitude, bank. I mean, you think some of this stuff you can just tell, but depending on the weather conditions, you can't. But they need to know they're constantly looking. Nowadays with GPS and all the fancy new stuff, you just look at the little airplane as it going down the line. But when you step out of the day-to-day operations, you can start to develop a scan that's kind of about the current. You need to go beyond that, which we're talking about next. But what are the next things coming? But you have a quick way to look and judge the health of your company, which direction. I forgot to mention compass heading when you're in an airplane. Where am I going? Which way am I going?
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a scan of things that tell you a lot, and you're just looking for anomalies, and it gives you a sense of calm. Then you go step out and start figuring out what's the next thing we're doing.
Yeah. Well, we finally at
and that's where the data needs to be. The data needs to be really good too.
Yeah.
Because if it tells you you're heading north and you're heading west, that's a problem, right? So anyway.
For sure.